Well, I did a bit of correspondence with my auntie, brush up on English, maths.
And I used to wag school all the time and stuff. Get smart to my teachers and stuff. So, and then I got told to leave. And I was out of school for about 2 months and then I came to Emery Park.
Emery Park is a therapeutic riding centre, but we're also a registered school for young people who have specific learning needs.
Oh, yeah!
When visitors come into Emery Park, they often ask us what is wrong with our students, because they see young people who are presenting with no difficulties at all. But every student that comes to us has a difficulty.
Yeah. No contact.
But wasn't it
We are not like a normal school, if you like to use the term normal, probably better as a mainstream school. And the reason for that being is the horse is our motivator. It's, as I say to people, it's our carrot and it's our stick. Here at Emery Park, we're a school for 25 young people. They wear blue jerseys and they range in age from 13 through to 21. And for these young people, it's school as usual. What they do have is an added bonus of having some horses thrown in.
This is Kinsella. He's a good boy.
I look after this horse here. He's the biggest horse we've got.
This is O'John, and he's grey. He's really grumpy in the morning when you go with him.
This horse that I'm riding, his name's Claude.
We've got 10 students in our vocational training program. They wear maroon jerseys, and because it's such a mouthful saying vocational training program, we tend to call them vocationals. And they range in age from 18 through to 54.
I do horse riding.
I ride that horse. I ride that one. Papa's riding. That one's my horse. What's his name, Caroline? Nori. Mom's Caroline's horse.
The vocationals come from Monday to Friday and they are on a work program. It's not school. And it's teaching them to be independent, so eventually they are going to go out on their own. Although a lot of them say they're going to be with mum and dad forever, it's making them realise that they are adults, they are responsible, that not all the time they're going to be with mum and dad.
The horse is the key or the main ingredient in all our therapies, whether it be for our full-time students, our vocational trainees or our part-time riders who've got a disability.
I found that traditionally, working with paediatrics, that most of your job is just trying to get the children motivated to do whatever treatment you're trying to put towards them. But on the horses, the minute they're on that horse, they just want to be there, they're in control. You know, it gives them a huge boost. So just about anything that you ask, they will try.
When we get here in the morning, we've got to do jobs. Like we've got to get out our grooming kit, we've got to fill up the waters, hang them up, hang up the hay nets with hay and get the sawdust and the wood shavings to put into the stalls so the horses can stand on them.
Everything that we do here, all our rules are based around the care and the need to consider the horse. So for a lot of our young people, they're not being I-centred in terms of I want, this is about me. They actually have to think about somebody else for a change, and it often starts with the horse.
Claude! Thank you, Rowan!
No, I've never been a horse, never been near a horse. Thought it was freaky. It felt like I was on the top of a sky tower when I was riding. And I was really scared around the horse, but now it's really nice.
I'd never even petted a horse. Yeah, now I'm in the senior riding group. Can jump and I love horses.
It was kind of weird actually, because I never liked horses,
because I thought they were all evil.
When I first drove, one thought that I kept thinking was, so this is how a tour of the Hun and Gengis Khan conquered and terrorized the world, riding horses.
Oh, John, that wasn't that gentle. Hold him, hold him.
It was a bit of a mess the first day we came here. Everything got on track the next week though. Everything's really on track now.
Okay, have a look in the front, see if they're even. These are two boys that don't necessarily have a disability as such, but they have, for several reasons, they've missed out on a big chunk of their childhood, really. They've missed out on a big chunk of their education and socialising with peers, on everything really that you'd expect to happen between the ages of sort of 5 and 15, whatever they are now.
Bethel's life-saving place.
Well, I did a bit of correspondence with my auntie, brush up on English, maths.
So anything is new to them, absolutely anything and everything. And coming here where so much happens on every minute, they've had to cope quite a lot, but they're loving it. We thought it would be an overload, but it's not been at all. They are absolute sponges for anything that comes to them.
I really want to make a friend, but I'm used to a real, close relationship and not a school environment. Oh, I got a bit upset since the first early days, but I've gone a lot better now.
Horses are amazing. They're much more trustworthy in some cases than what people are. They don't lie to you. They don't tell secrets. If you're down, you can go and give them a cuddle and tell them what you want to, and they're not going to repeat it.
The horse isn't going to judge you. He's not going to come along and say, sort of, you're too tall, you're too short, you smell.
And what you dish out is what you get back from the horse. So if you treat them with respect and care, then they respond to that. If you annoy them or hurt them, they're not going to come back for treatment. They're not going to come back for you to catch the next day. And so the students learn very quickly to soften their behaviour, and we see some quite hard cases come in occasionally, and you can actually see their attitudes softening. It takes the rough edges off a little bit. With the riding, what we see is once the students start off and they start to learn to ride, you see huge boost in self-esteem and self-confidence. And of course, as this starts to go up like that, so does the learning in the classroom.
So, what we'll do is we'll start. I'm a social studies teacher. In terms of what I teach a lot of social skills as well. We've just completed a program called the Friends program, which is on anxiety and learning how to cope with worry and that. We've just moved on now to the Anzac, so it can be very different. What are soldiers in? Army, good.
We actually have quite a few referrals from the different alternative education providers around Auckland. And you get alternative education because you've been truant, you've been a school refuser, or you have been excluded from a school.
When I first started here, I was really bad actually. Like, I was really annoying. I was constantly in Nicolette's office, I was just really bad. I'm sure that all the teachers really disliked me. I didn't have any friends, But then I just grew up, this gives you a place to grow up and mature, and the horses just create an opening for that, and now I'm doing NCA and pretty much normal.
I used to be really naughty in school. I used to throw chairs at teachers, hold the class up with a gun stapler and stuff like that, and since I've been coming here I've really changed. I think everyone can change, and I think that it's just if you want to make the change.
Gary came to us from an alternative education program, and in fact he'd been through a lot of schools previously.
I'm sorry for trying to give you I'm hiding before, so.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie.
I've been here about 7 months now, and I came from Selwyn College School, and I got removed from there for fighting and arguing and stuff like that. I think the school didn't suit me, kind of thing. Too many people and fighting too much, and a lot of stress at mainstream in here. There's no stress or anything like that. If you need time to cool off, they let you go and cool off.
I got kicked out of school from Manawa Grammar School. I got given a hard time in that.
So why were you given a hard time?
Oh, because of my weight and stuff. They kept on calling me picky and stuff like that, so I had enough of it. And I used to wag school all the time and get smart to my teachers and stuff. It's really cool because you don't get picked on. Everyone respects everyone else. You don't get called names. No one swears here and stuff.
This is Slade. This is one of my teacher's dogs, and apart from riding horses here, I also walk the dogs, the teacher's dogs.
So I thought you weren't allowed.
I know. I convinced the teachers.
The worst is when you've got to go out pooper scooping in your lunchtime. That's when you've been really naughty and you lose your ride.
Although we use pooper scooping as a punishment, it's also a responsibility to our horses, and the paddocks have to be cleaned one way or the other because we've only got 4 hectares of grazing and 25 horses, and it has to be done. Otherwise we have worm infestations.
I hate going out there and pooper scooping in the paddocks. In fact, I don't have it stuck to my schedule at the moment. It's only if I lose a ride, which is quite often, because I'm pretty naughty sometimes, so.
Where's your broom, Gary?
I gave it to her.
Well, you could start sweeping from the other end.
With what?
With a broom. There's plenty of brooms over there.
Yes, please.
The horse is the therapy tool for all of our riders, whether they're in the school, in the vocational program, or in the part-time programs that we run here.
As a physio, when I'm working with the children with physical disabilities, we're using primarily the movement of the horse to reach our goals. For a child with cerebral palsy, for example, sitting on a chair might be okay, they can manage that. Then you stick them on a horse and you start the horse moving, and it's a whole nother ball game.
The movement of the horse when you're sitting on the horse strengthens your upper body, your back muscles. So therefore somebody who's in a wheelchair, who doesn't have a lot of trunk control, will develop muscle structure, and they're therefore able to maybe hold their head up independently, sit up in the wheelchair, helps their mobility and the quality of their life.
The children, they glow. You know, you bring them in here and they think they've come to see the horses, because some of them might have never been that close to a big animal like a horse. And then you tell them that they're going to get on their back, and they beam. They really love it, and that's what makes it so rewarding.
What ones? These ones?
Yeah, do we have those ones?
The Life Skills program involves me taking them out shopping, where I do the grocery shopping, do the banking, but everything's handed over to them. And the more I take them out, the more they can see how it is to live independently. They do the normal horse contact, the grooming and the caring of the horses, same as the full-time students.
Alan, you're doing a grand job there. If you could do that bin as well.
Okay.
But what I've tried to do now is put them back into the school program, so it builds up their literacy and numeracy, so they don't fall behind in that.
Caroline, can you pass me that book, please? Yeah.
10 and 0 is 10. Okay, 9 and what makes 10.
Oh, wow.
Everything's done in baby steps, you know, and with our vocational students, some take on the task a bit faster than others. Some need a bit more one-on-one.
Look, I'm just going to give this to you. Did you go and put that in that wheelbarrow over there? Look behind you. Where? Sit looking. Stop. Turn round. Can you see a wheelbarrow? Yeah. Very good. Brilliant. Okay, good work, guys.
When a young person comes in, we make sure that we drown them in positive comments. And it's absolutely critical for that first few weeks that they actually get a sense of being worthwhile, a sense of achievement. And unfortunately, when they come in with perhaps inappropriate behaviours, what tends to have happened is people have only seen the negative behaviours. They don't see the wonderful young person that's hidden away under there. They don't see below the layers of damage and actually pull out the good bits. And as you start to see the good bits come out, you see real changes.
Well done. I'm going to give you a fourth one though, because you did a grand job and you used your initiative and you've been working really well. Thank you. Well done. There you go. You can have one because you didn't disappear. Well done. Caroline, you've run away!
What did you get from Debbie?
A couple of raffle tickets.
Ah, what did you get that for?
Oh, for really getting on with it.
For them to receive a ticket, it's like gold, you know, and all they do is write their name on it, put it in a draw box, and every Friday we draw it. 3 names are drawn, and with those names drawn, they get a prize. They have bad days and they are, I guess, told off or reprimanded, but we balance it with the good, you know. And it's amazing when they are recognised for the good that they do, the performance we get.
And it goes to Fiona Vandenberg. Thank you.
We have a very strong philosophy here on work ethics, and employers want people who don't clock watch, they want people who work. And so we're very tight with our breaks, and work is work.
But the amount of poo that I have just raked out of his bed is unacceptable.
It's because
no excuses. No excuses whatsoever.
And you do not leave here at the end of the day until your work is finished. So if you don't go home till 8 o'clock at night, look, I'm really sorry, that's your choice, but you don't go till we finish the job that's here.
We're very hard on these kids at times, and we tend to toughen up as we go along. We keep raising the bar and expecting more and more and more from them. And what the feedback that we're generally getting is when they do transition out of here, the transition is actually quite easy.
Life that will go on from here, you know, when we leave this place, the strict rules that we have here will follow us.
It's alright that it's strict, because the rules are pretty good.
It's like preparing us.
Yeah, it's preparing us for the outside world. Yeah.
And our success rate for young people going back into mainstream education is actually very good. And they go back, funnily enough, they go back successfully, even though they've gone from very small classes back into big schools. It has been a successful transition.
In my opinion, riding therapy is the world's best kept secret. For any riding therapy setting to work, we rely on the help of volunteers. I have a team of about 42 volunteers here that regularly come on a weekly basis because they love it.
I love the atmosphere, I love what goes on here, and I'm a bit potty about horses, so that...
The staff are great. Even though I've been here so long, at the end of every day that I come in, I'm told, thank you so much for coming in to help us today.
Without the volunteers here at Ambury Park, we wouldn't operate. We're a charitable trust. We operate in partnership with the ARC, and we just simply don't have the money. We fall between the cracks with government funding. We rely heavily on donations from major sponsors, and it's just a financial struggle all the time. Any money that we do get, this money goes into wages, it goes into supporting the horses, and that's what we're here for. This is what keeps us going and makes our job worthwhile. Everything that we do here comes back to these guys. For us, the horses are the most important thing. They give us 10 to 14 years of service, and that's a really long time, and everything that we do with them is really important. They have a very profound effect on the young people that we have coming through the centre.
This program was funded by New Zealand On Air.